It's your dream vacation, a week in Japan visiting Tokyo and Kyoto. But before you go, you have to plan it. Build the best itinerary you can and let's go to Japan. Thanks for joining me at Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Melissa Delp. Today I'm looking at a prototype of Let's Go to Japan, a card drafting, tableau building, set collection game for 1 to 4 players that takes about 45 minutes to play. It's designed by Josh Wood, and AEG is bringing it to Kickstarter. Now they sponsored this overview video. I won't be giving any opinion or critiquing the game, just showing you what it's like so you can get a feel for it. The game has 2 decks of cards, one deck for locations in Tokyo and the other for locations in Kyoto. There's a round tracker board and several types of tokens. Each player has their own player board to represent their itinerary for the week and to track their experience tokens and mood. Let's Go to Japan is all about planning your trip. What activities will you do? Where will you do them? And can you keep your stress levels in check? The game is played over 13 rounds. Each round has 3 main steps: draw cards, play cards, and end the round. After the final round, you actually go on your trip and score the cards you've played. The player who planned the best trip, by scoring the most points, wins. Here's a closer look at how the game plays. At the beginning of each round, players will draw a certain number of cards. This is done simultaneously. There isn't a prescribed turn order. The round tracker shows you how many cards you draw. In rounds 1 through 4, you draw 2 cards, one from the Tokyo deck and one from the Kyoto deck. The board also tells you how many cards to play and pass. The play card step is also simultaneous. In rounds 1 through 4, you choose one of your 2 cards to play. You can play your card to any day in your itinerary. If there's already a card in that column, you can choose to put it higher or lower, or even between 2 cards. But once you've played a card, it can't move to a different day or swap positions with another card. If you've played a 3rd card in a column, that day's itinerary is complete and you get a bonus. You get to pick a reward based on how many experience icons match that day's preference. If I have 3 or more nature experience icons on Tuesday, I can choose any of the 3 rewards. After everyone has played their card, you end the round by passing your remaining card face down to the player board on your left and moving the round token 1 space. Then you start the next round. On rounds with this symbol, you'll draw the cards on your player board instead of drawing from the deck. These are the cards your neighbor passed to you on previous rounds. In rounds 5 through 9, you'll be drawing 4 cards, playing 2 of them, and passing 2. At the end of a round, you should never have any cards left in your hand. Half will be played and the other half passed. You continue playing rounds, following the instructions on the round tracker until you finish round 13. Then you actually go on your trip and see how well you scored. So let's look at how scoring works and why you'd want to play certain cards in certain spots. You begin on Monday and score each card in the column, from top to bottom. For these symbols, you move the matching experience token along your track. The lucky cat icon represents the points you earn for that card. The last card in the column is the highlight of the day and provides an additional way to score points. If you meet the requirement shown on the left side, you gain the points and any other bonuses on the right. For Monday, you only have 3 cards to meet those requirements. But as you continue on your trip, each day looks at all the experiences you've had up to that point. So the highlight card on Wednesday looks at everything you've achieved from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Another thing you'll be looking at as you score is which city you're in. The blue cards are Tokyo, the pink cards are Kyoto, and the yellow cards represent whichever city you prefer. Each time your cards switch from one city to the other, you need to use a train token. The trains you earn during the game as bonuses give you points and increase your good mood. If you need to use more trains than you have, You must take train tokens worth negative points. Certain activities will improve your mood, and others will add to your stress. As you go on your trip, your mood tracker moves to the right for each green arrow. For each red arrow, you move to the left. When the tracker reaches the end of the track, you move up the corresponding track, happiness or stress, and then place the mood tracker back in the middle. You'll gain or lose points at the end of the trip based on the positions of the happiness and stress marker. As you choose where to play cards, you don't want to forget about your mood. Too many red arrows in a row will increase your stress. Can you fit a few green arrows in between to keep the tracker from the end? Can you string several green arrows together to increase your happiness for extra points? Once you've scored all 6 days, you gain additional points for the position of each experience tracker. The ones in this section score 8 points, and in this section 4. The score sheet has lines to record all your points. Whoever has the most wins. Those are the basics of gameplay. Even though there are 13 rounds, the game plays in less than an hour because there aren't player turns. You're simultaneously drawing and playing cards. As you decide which cards to play and which to pass, you're thinking about the card's experience icons, the number of points it's worth, which city it's in, and whether you want to use it as your highlight to score extra points. If you don't like any of the cards in your hand, you do have some options. If you've collected any research tokens as bonuses, you can spend one to draw 3 cards and then discard 3 cards. Another option is to go for a walk by discarding a card from your hand and placing the top card from either city pile into your itinerary, face down. You won't know what's on the other side until you take your trip at the end of the game. When you get to that card, you flip it over and decide whether to score the face-up side or the back side. Going for a walk can be a bit of a gamble. You might not like what's on the other side. But you're not going to get stuck with something negative. You can always take the benefit on the back of the card. If you're interested in the theme and learning more about Japan, there's some info sprinkled throughout the rulebook. Also, the cards highlight specific landmarks in Japan and common activities. Not only is there text describing each place or activity, there's also pronunciation guides. If you like games with card drafting and simultaneous play, if planning a trip to Japan sounds fun, or if you just like to build a tableau of cards and collect sets of icons, then check out Let's Go to Japan on Kickstarter from AEG. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And let me know in the comments, do you have a favorite game based on a real city or country? What do you think, Kevin? There's all those city games from the Steffenfeld City Collection.
Steffenfeld, there's lots of city games out there.
I've heard that Marrakesh is really good.
I've heard that as well, and I heard that it's coming back with an Essential Edition to Kickstarter.
Ooh. Wow, okay. You heard it here.